Hello, my name is Damon Yates, and I'm currently taking African American Communication Class 275. I wrote a letter to my younger self called African American Educators, and this is a video guide explaining the letter that I wrote to myself. To my younger self, you have your first ever African American teacher, Miss Branch, and from day one you've noticed how smart and humorous she is. She will have a huge impact in your life that will continue to shape the way you think about education in the future. She introduced you to the importance of communication and the topic of white privilege. You are currently attending the University of Louisville as a sophomore and decided to register for African American Communications in pursuit of a degree in communications. Understanding the way that we communicate with each other is an important skill in all aspects of life. The ideas that you are learning in fifth grade and your interactions with your teacher, Miss Branch, will be important experiences that will help you to understand several concepts. In this class, we learned the definition of white privilege to be the inherent advantages white people have based on the sole characterization of their race. This was a very simple way of describing white privilege, and as you have advanced in your understanding of the topic, you were able to get a deeper understanding of what it really means and how you can use that understanding to improve yourself as a communicator and help to resolve some of the issues that are in place because of white privilege. To help better understand the way you understand white privilege now, I have a short video that I want to include in this presentation.
People have simply because they are white. This privilege occurs on many levels in society. It is often not seen by white people because it's the experience they know. White privilege is interacting with the police and other authorities without fear of being profiled based on skin color. It's living in a neighborhood without facing discrimination. Having parks and grocery stores nearby. It's knowing you will be treated fairly by the teachers in your classroom. Recognizing white privilege acknowledges the injustices that Black, Indigenous, and people of color experience that white people don't. It does not mean white people live free of hardships, but that racism isn't one of them.
Hopefully that video helped you to understand the importance of white privilege in our society and how you can use it to help shape yourself in the future. Another concept that we reflected on in the class is racial perception. We're able to use these concepts to apply to the privilege and the lessons you learned from Ms. Branch's class. The lesson that you learned in fifth grade that's important today is the story about a girl who had white parents and an African American parent. She would introduce herself to others as being white. She would not tell others that she was mixed, as she was fair-skinned and found advantages as being seen as white and not black. We covered these topics about perception and the differences between classes, and it helped to show the importance of understanding white privilege. It showed the importance that we as a culture try and move past this and allow for equal opportunities for all races. These are a reflection of your lessons learned in college. One paper you read for your class at U of L was White Privilege Shapes the U.S. by Robert Jensen. The topic of white privilege is discussed at a much deeper level in this class as we learn to understand the impact that it has on relationships and communication. Being able to understand the role that white privilege plays in your life will allow you to better understand the struggles of others and be a more effective communicator. Being able to understand the social and cultural differences that are present with different races and being able to overcome these differences to communicate is an important skill that will make you a better communicator. Reflection. Being able to reflect on how white privilege has affected your ability to communicate can help to bring about the change that is needed. Understanding that while you are learning these topics, you should apply this knowledge to your life and talking about how it has affected you can help you to understand the impact of it and how it affects others. Thank you for reading my letter, and hopefully this will help you in the future.